my first bowl. So this right here, it's a really pretty jadeite bowl, but if you can see, it glows and looks gorgeous. It does glow. So this is a big old jadeite bowl. It was $10, and it is gorgeous. It is absolutely giant, my hand for scale, but I was really excited about finding him. I also found these gorgeous little compote glasses. So these are vintage Anchor Hawking. They will be perfect for my little tiny Halloween dinner, and I just thought that they looked really pretty. If you can see all of those gorgeous glowing greens. I will leave that there while I... So those were the compote dishes that are very nice. And this is the one that I found today. So this is a little tiny trinket box. It does have a little chip right there, but it's in good condition overall. It does have this like hideous pattern on the front. It looks like it used to be a bird, but half of it is gone already. So I think I'm just gonna see what type of like paint remover I can use. I don't know if nail polish is safe to use on uranium glass, but if it is, I'm just gonna take some nail polish and get rid of it. If not, I'm gonna just do the wabi-sabi and just probably paint over it. But I actually found this one at the Red, White, and Blue, which I never find uranium glass there, ever. So as soon as I get him fixed up, I'm probably gonna use him as, okay. We've got some more items for you. I did find my first ever glass frogger. If you are not familiar with what a glass frogger is, so it used to be used on the bottom of vases, and what you do is you put the stems of the flower into the holes, and it actually keeps your bouquet looking gorgeous. So it actually keeps your flowers in place. Now I see these all over the place on the internet of people finding them, but I've never been able to find one, let alone, like I've never been able to find a glass frogger, let alone a uranium run. But that estate sale that I went to, I was able to get this one because the people who were the first 50 people left it because it is chipped. But I don't care. I'd rather have a chipped frogger than no frogger. Here we have a whole bunch of Anchor Hawking ones. So these are all of the Anchor Hawking ones. They're little tiny just dishes. You can actually see the Anchor Hawking logo on it. Kind of. Maybe you can kind of see it. Lots of pretty uranium glass though. I actually do have another set that's very similar to these that I'll show you in a second, because I actually ended up getting 5 of these ones on Goodwill. I wanted them on an auction. They do have like a couple of chips in them, but then I ended up finding another one at the estate sale that then gives me a total of 6, which is fantastic. Oh wait, this one is hiding. This is the other shape of it. So I actually don't need to even pull this one out. So this is also an Anchor Hawking one, although it's not labeled. It's just from a very different era and design pattern, but they're just doing the same thing. So we have this gorgeous one that has those tall steeples, and then this one that's more of a tiered one. So I was happy that I found both of those guys. Let's start doing this maybe 2 at a time. So this one right here is a gorgeous Anchor Hawking ashtray. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I liked him. I thought that he was pretty. And even though I don't need an ashtray, he can come and live in my collection with me. This guy is going to be one of the ones that I use for the dinner. I don't know if it's going to be for a gravy boat or if it's going to be for cheese or what I'm going to end up putting in it. But I think that he was a good little cutie, and he photographs so well. I am super happy to have him, and he is staying in my collection for as long as possible. We then have this guy, and let me see if I can get a good image of it so that if you wanted to, you could guess what pattern this is. I will give you a hint that it's Anchor Hawking, but this is actually one of their, it's hard to see, but this is one of their first optic block pattern, or block optic was what the pattern was. So this is one of their original patterns. It's very, very famous. I don't know if it's necessarily my favorite, but I do like the history behind it. Look at how interesting it ends up hitting. Like, comparatively to other uranium glasses, it's like the way that they do the angles, and it looks like particularly the block optic, it really does give a really cool effect. Am I old? I turned 29 last week. Does that count if I feel like the amount of time that it's taking me to go through everything? I feel old by now. So this one, oh, my little note cards and my cheat sheets. This one is Federal Uranium Depression Glass, 9 1/4 inch plate, Patricia Spoke pattern, which is really pretty. I feel like I've seen versions of this center pattern, but I don't know if I've actually seen this one. I feel like it's one of those ones that, like, there's a lot of similars for this central pattern right now that I've almost seen it not necessarily replicated, but I find some of it, like, the elements have definitely been borrowed from it, or they borrowed from others. But it does look absolutely gorgeous. Look at how pretty it is. And then this little is the little shot glass that I was telling you from before that I thought was going to glow, and it doesn't. So if you can see, I was not paying close enough attention. We're going to do this. You can see that one does not glow even whenever I hit it, and one is definitely glowing. So no glow, absolutely glowing. But so they were right next to each other, and I didn't notice because I saw this glowing, and I just thought that both of them were glowing. But I know that it's shocking to hear that I didn't notice something at the time. Alrighty, guys, we still have more uranium glass to go, guys. So let's pace ourselves. All right, guys, are we all still alive? We've all survived the 5 minutes. Okay. The next that I got are these two really cute little uranium candle holders, which I think I may end up using possibly. I do kind of like them. They were also just really cheap, and I just kind of ended up grabbing them. I also do like that they give me different options for stacking uranium pieces next to each other. And I just liked them. I think they were like $2 or $3 each. And for $2 or $3 each, I don't even care, because even if they just decorate the background for my Halloween dinner, they're still uranium glass, and it's still going to give a pretty cool effect, hopefully. So those were the candle holders that I got. And then here is it almost reminds me of one of those like old milkshake glasses that if you ever went to like some of those like older diners, especially in like the small towns, that's kind of what it reminds me of. So that one's really pretty. It also just has that beautiful spiraling down the center. Let me see if I can get it to capture well for you. Oh, look at that. Okay, we are working with fire over here. Oh, is that pretty? That is so pretty. Look at that. Oh, I know. It's just these next two are Jeanette Glass Atom dinner plates. So Atom is the design. This took forever to clean. When I tell you it took forever, This is, it's actually like a raised pattern, like the embossing in the back. It's easier to see the pattern from the front, but it had like almost like this like hooked on resiny goo. I was there like scrubbing it with soap water and a toothbrush, and I had to like bring out the baking soda, and even with the baking soda it was a pain in the butt. I had to actually use toothpicks as well. I ran through quite a few toothpicks just trying to get. All right, guys. Oh my lord, that's the quality of my webcam. All right, guys, I'm trying to relaunch my. That's insane. The GoPro just started to literally poop out on me. It's like freezing up on over there. I'm gonna see if I can get it to restart. But if not, then what I can do is switch to an alternative one. Maybe. Guys, if you're still here for this, I think you're a fan. I think that you are a trooper and amazing, and maybe it just died. I've been having issues with the battery. I don't know how to film any of this stuff. It is warm, but I mean, I was using it. Do you think if I blow on it, it'll be like a Sega console? I hope you know that as the littlest one, and my sister was the one who always had Sega and always played Lion King, that I was not the one fixing it, but blowing on it did work for her half the time. I loved Sega as a child. I really did. Although I could never get past those stupid lions. We're coming together, we're coming together, we're seeing what's going on. To make it work, with the document camera. That's terrible. We'll live with it. We'll live with it for now. That's just terrible. Okay. We're getting there. Look at that. It may have taken us forever, and now you can actually really see the patterns. So this is that atom dinner plate, and that's the pattern. And these were the ones that were terrible to get clean. So we'll take these away. I will give you the anchor hawking first. Oh, look at that. Can you tell what it is? Maybe. It is the anchor hawking as it rolls away from me. Honey, come back. I need you. This is the salt and pepper shaker, which I thought is cute, and I will be using on my table regardless if I think the food is already properly salted. But I saw him and I thought he was cute. I'm also going to get rid of this big guy if I can manage to get him back here anyhow without breaking all of my lovely expensive glass that I need. So this is a giant pitcher that you can't see whatsoever, which is fine because we'll switch here. And I know that it is... Ooh, my web camera is doing weird, funky things. But this is my pitcher that I'm going to use, and it will be filled with a lovely Halloween alcoholic cocktail. I don't know if I can play into the whole radioactive thing. Look at how that shimmers and shines. I like it. I'm a fan. It is giant and it's big. I think I may have paid like $9 or $10 for it, but it's gorgeous and wonderful, and I'm a fan of it. This next piece will actually fit under the swan guy. So let me show you this guy. So what's funny about this guy, as you can see, it's a dish and then it has that central divider on it. And I was trying to look it up and I was looking it up through Google Lens and it kept on recognizing this as sunglasses, which I find hilarious that it thinks that it's sunglasses. So I did try and wear them as sunglasses. I will insert the photo for all of the YouTube people. But I thought he was really cute. I don't know what I'm going to use him for, but he's darling and I'm happy to add him to my collection. So I got this little guy he's just a little cadmium bottle. So you can see that he is gorgeous. I also filled him up with beads that also glow, just plastic beads, just to give him a little bit more of a look. And then look at that bottom. That is one sexy bottom. Let me just be hungry hippos. That does, the beads themselves work really well. I was playing around with a lot of my beads, trying to get them to go everywhere. So this one, if you can see, and you can actually see a little bit of that moon and stars pattern, this is L.E. Smith Moon and Stars Compote Bowl. But it has gorgeous. So it is kind of hard to go and see the full gradient without it just looking like that's the way that I'm shimmering. So it's the cadmium glass is kind of focused on the base, and the very, very edge of this, like up here, this red isn't. So you can kind of see whenever I go down that it's a little bit more of a glow than as I come up. Maybe not. It's hard to see it. You can kind of see it from this side. Have any more? So this is another L.E. Smith stars and moon pattern, and this is actually considered to be an ashtray, if you can believe that. Even though these are the ridges on the sides, but I don't know if I would necessarily, because you can't lean a cigarette on it, but it just looks like it's a tiny little bowl. And it's gorgeous. And it also has, you can really tell the outside that is very, very bright and orange versus whenever you flip it on the inside where it has kind of the red. So the way that they layered the cadmium glass is gorgeous. I wonder if that's a crack. Oh well. We're getting so close. We have another L.E. Smith Moon and Stars. This is a little toothpick holder, which is cute and does that same thing, the cadmium on the outside and then on the inside. Just like that. We're down to the last one, my friends. The last one. This is also L.E. Smith. This one right here is Ambrina Red Cadmium Glass Quantec Nappy pattern. I'm not pronouncing that correct, but it is L.E. Smith. It is cadmium glass. It does have that traditional brightness on that bottom, but I love the way that that looks. Doesn't that just look like a gorgeous sun? Like, if that's not a sun, I don't know what else is. But it's gorgeous, and it has that really gorgeous, you can kind of see all the way back there that it has that layering to it. So, hello everyone. I guess I'm supposed to do my sign off, and it's dark. My hair is trashed, which is so sad because I had the cutest little star guy in my hair and it decided, of course, to fall out while we were filming. Let me turn on my lights. All right, guys, that was a long one. For anybody interested and anybody who's still around, next week the time is going to be 12 so that I've got a little bit more time to set everything up. and clean everything and do everything and I guess figure out what's wrong with my GoPro. Thank you for coming and joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.